Hello, we will continue studying our course about sustainable packaging and product innovation. Uh, for today, we will part talking about part number five, value addition product differentiation. In this slide, we will introduce the concept of value addition in agri-food system. Value addition means increasing the economic, functional, or symbolic value of product through transformation, innovation, and differentiation of the product. In this course, value addition goes beyond processing. It included packaging, branding, storytelling, and sustainability attributes. Packaging especially plays a strategic role by improvement usability, stability, design, quality, protection of the products. And from commodity to market differentiation product, it in this side we talk about importance of value addition of this value of the packaging and the benefit for the product and different access such as lowers packaging cost, attracts eco-conscious, boost brand value, loyalty of your product, of your brand, for example. The packaging innovation often represent the most accessible entry point for value addition, especially for small and medium enterprises. Uh, Packaging value addition tool will talk about function, informational, and symbolic roles of the packaging. As I talk, a lot of benefit of the packaging and different access for regarding product processing and sustainable packaging amplify these rules by aligning product attribute with environmental value, materials labeling, and design choice, signal responsibility, and innovation. About the type of value addition, there is a lot of type of value, such as economical value, environmental, social, with different description, and it depends of the product, nature of the product, nature of the process. A packaging example for different type of pack of value addition, such as Premier Eco Park, for example, lightweight packaging, local sourcing label, for example. This value is an important key for industry to consider their product and for image of their brand. About context-specific strategy of this value strategy is very significant significantly between local and global markets. Local markets often emphasize authenticity, tradition, proximity, and scalability. However, for packaging must adapt accordingly to convey appropriate value single. This sustainable packaging bridge local identity and global expectation by combining culture, storytelling with regulatory compliance in general, as you can show in this picture why eco-friendly packaging matters market drivers for global exporters. It give a lot of advantage regarding the quality, regarding the brand, regarding the image of the product and enterprise. About product differentiation strategy, a lot of strategies are applied with the industry and market. Strategies function, nutritional, emotional. The objective is to satisfy consumers with different strategies. For function, for example, improved performance varies materials with some claims, for example, for some products specific for sportive men, for example, or for some for women, for children, or nutritional for health benefit, clear labeling with using some bioactive compound to develop some supplements, some food bioactive, some nutraceutical product for this strategy, or emotional, such as brand connection, visual identify with the sensory quality of their product, with visual, with packaging, and colors, texture of product, design. This table highlights how packaging function as a strategic interface between product innovation and consumer perception. About visual identity and consumer perception, it's one of the key of the strategy of marketing on general of the product. And the objective is that learners and students should understand design, not a decoration, but a strategic communication. Sustainable design choice must be consistent with product position and brand values. About communication added benefit, because packaging is a sort of communication for nutrition and function differentiation. For example, sustainable consideration include avoiding misleading claims, ensuring regulatory compliance, effective communication, strength, trust, and long-term brand equity. That is very important of the packaging, as this is demonstrated in this figure with smart packaging. It's for protection. It used especially for protection, communication, but also it gives the idea of transparency and traceability of the product. About origin and cultural identity, as you can see in this table, is leveraging terroir and authenticity of their product with labeling, for example, origin, culture, tradition. That is element that impact the value of the product with different aspect regarding the packaging of the product. This approach is particularly effective in premium and niche markets. About strategic information design, that is not strategy of to inform that design not just an image or picture of the product. So students should critically assess labeling practice to avoid greenwashing and ensure credibility of the products. Agrobiodiversity as a value driver for innovation throughout local ingredients. Local ingredients support biodiversity, resilience, and regional economy. The packaging community is valued throughout origin claims and certification. This give an originality of the product because we use the origin ingredients, local ingredients for some product, for example. So sustainable packaging reinforces the narrative of locality and authenticity of your product. From harvest of your product of the ingredient to heat press to to consumer. So it's very important to introduce this agrobiodiversity origin for authenticity and originality of your product. Agrobiodiversity as and the sustainability is also an important key regarding diversity, local sourcing. Agrobiodiversity ensures sustainability while supporting differentiation with different impacts such as resilience, reduced transport. For example, about consumer preference and authenticity, trust and transparency is the objective and of this tools with of these tools, such as use the best packaging, use the eco-friendly packaging, use the intelligent packaging. The objective is to create a trust and transparency between industry and consumer. About integrated value creation, this example of a local cooperative used sustainable packaging and store tiding to access premium markets. Value increased throughout combined environmental and cultural differentiation. This differentiation tools depend of the product, of the impact, such as eco-label, for example, or use of QR code for transparency and traceability of your products. About measurement success, value-added product often achieve higher margins and consumer loyalty. Packaging contribute directly to these outcomes. So learners and students should link differentiation to measurable performance indicator, as explained this figure, for example, for packaging, branding, but also packaging marketing with different instruction specifically for the objective of the package and with different criteria regarding value, regarding identity, but also for marketing regarding social promotion offers, and that is really important to learn and to understand for any product destinated to markets. About risk and limitation for this type of strategy, some avoiding overclaims challenges include higher cost, compliance complexity with regulations, and greenwashing risks. Packaging strategy must be evidence-based. Critical evaluation is essential using an analysis global and in conception dependent of the activity process activity and depend also of the product from value creation to communication. That is a part part number 5, and it's an that's it's the objective of this part as a summary is to prepare learners and students to understand how created value is communicated throughout marketing leading into part number 6. On this part number 6, marketing for sustainability, will introduce sustainability marketing from environmental action to market value. We give you some examples, some factors, some with case studies for of product of agri-food product. This section, the objective of this section is to emphasize the role of packaging as both physical product component and a communication medium that translates sustainable action into market value to and all. The objective is to demonstrate that the product not just in packaging to protect your product, but also a means to sell the product and to give to satisfy the consumer with a lot of information as explained in this picture, for example, for the perception of the consumer for an packaging regarding color, regarding texture, regarding information, and other information you can see directly in the packaging of your product. Brand position throughout sustainability strategic alignment. Sustainability brand position require consistency between claims, action, packaging choices. Consumer increasingly evaluate brands based on perceived authenticity. As you can say, packaging design it we developed independent independently of your product of your nature of your product. Design is messaging must align with over brand strategy, depending of the objective of your brand, depending of nature of your product, depending of the composition of your product, and depending of your strategy for marketing. About consumer behavior and sustainability, perception and decision making, consumer responses to sustainability claims vary based on trust, clarity, and relevance. That is the objective in front of this approach, strategic approach. Packaging influences perception throughout visuals and information density. This table highlights the message type and associated risks regarding this approach, such as regarding environmental impact and social impact, with risk of greenwashing and verification for social parts. About clarity and credibility, the objective is to create this environment between the industry and consumers. So clear samples, labels, explanation, and proof comprehensive. overloading packaging with the claims can reduce trust. So it's very important to apply the strategy of clarity and of transparency of the all information and packaging with the influence of excessive product packaging and green brand attachment. For example, in this example, with the using the best color. I think color, texture, some design specific to nature of your products and nature of your target market and target consumer. About digital platforms, a lot of digital platform developed for this step. For example, social media, websites. The objective is to transform the idea and the classic market to an platform for international sales for your product for different population. Narrative for engagement also is one of the two digital storytelling that used by some industries for distribute their product. Packaging acts as the entry point of digital narrative to create emotion connection, to create and chase brand memorability. We use some color, some texture, some packaging specific, some material specific to consumers. About building trust, it's the best objective to create trust with consumer. Packaging enabled access to data support transparency using different strategy. For example, as it is demonstrated in this figure, consumer confidence, legal compliance, enhanced sustainability, improved product quality, increase accountability of your products. These tools offers sustainability claims with different means of traceability, such as QR code, blockchain, to indicate that your product is give not just a packaging with to protect the product, but also a sort of information of your product, of storytelling of your product, about his processing, his processing and his quality. Data-driven marketing measuring impact. Digital tools allows the measurement, engagement, and effective with this transformation of your packaging, not just an sample packaging, but also a digital packaging to inform consumers. Holistic marketing design is one of the best tool and trends tool that used by industry. Sustainable must be embedded, not added marketing strategy. So packaging aligned product brand and value with the choice of the nature of the materials of your product, conception of your product with the digital conception and connection with an traceability, digital traceability using QR code, using blockchain. All these tools allowed successful of your product and the brand. This table summarizes integration element and general study in these strategies regarding strategy related to product, to packaging, and to communication. About management sustainability, in this figure we present the product protection with quality metric and packaging that make the evidence of support continuous improvement and give the advantage, lot of advantage for your product regarding the packaging, regarding the accessibility of market and marketing of your brand. Marketing risks in general it related to two risks: greenwashing and over claims. Greenwashing apply that loss of trust, and however for overclaiming regulatory issues on different, as you can see in this demonstration for green marketing mix and green marketing strategy. The objective of each industry is to success their product, their segmentation, position, differentiation, but with management of these factors regarding product, price, place, and promotion. About ethics, sustainability marketing is responsible. Two keys for the successful of each strategy is communication and long-term relationship with management with different factors, as demonstrated in this pictures, with the packaging complexity, mediation variables, dependent creativity. It's an not to it's on a lot of factors that allowed to success for your product and your brand. About this part number 6, this is summarized on this slide. The general, the different aspect regarding marketing, visibility, and sustainability, credibility. That is the objective and purpose of each industry. Key learning for point strategic goals is marketing transforms sustainable into value, and packaging is central to communication, not just to protect the product, but in short, and the tool for communication of the information, storytelling about process quality of your product, and to create visibility and clarity regarding with consumers. About from design to market impact, that is a strong correlation between value creation, packaging, innovation, and sustainability marketing. As you can see in this summarized figure, sustainability enables a long packaging value chain from material innovation to created your product with different steps of development of your packaging solution and satisfaction of the consumers. In conclusion of our course about sustainable packaging and innovation product, this course has explored sustainable as a system approach linking packaging, food processing, life cycle thinking, business models, and marketing. So or students have learned that sustainable packaging is not only about materials, but also about design choices, regulation, value chain, and consumer communication. This course emphasizes that sustainability is measurable, manageable, and adaptable across sectors, and it depends of activity of each industry, depend of the nature of the product, it depends of target market, target consumer, and strategy of each industry. These skills prepare learners to respond to regulatory requirement, market expectation, and innovation challenge in food and packaging industry. Finally, of this course, we have a last part about practical section to be studied in next section and next video. The objective of this part of this section aims to consolidate theoretical concept, draft applied exercise, case studies, and problem-solving task. This activity promotes critical thinking, teamwork, and practical application, helping learners transform their knowledge into relevant professional skills to careers focused on sustainable development. That is all for our video for today, for the last part of our chapter, and see you in practical section. Thank you.